So you've got this incredible, crystal clear vision of what you're capable of becoming, right? It's like a movie playing in your head in stunning 8K. But here you are, waiting. You're waiting for that perfect moment, that final piece of the puzzle, before you finally launch your masterpiece. And when you look at your life right now, it just feels kind of blurry, low resolution. And that gap creates this unique kind of paralysis. Well, today, we are going to tackle that paralysis head on. We're going to figure out how to stop panicking about the future and actually start building it. Let's get into it. This, right here, this is the heart of the problem. On one side, you have this magnificent, high-fidelity blueprint for your future. And on the other, you've got the grainy, pixelated reality of today. Now, this gap, it isn't just frustrating. It creates a very specific kind of dread, a feeling that the clock is just ticking faster for you than it is for everyone else. Okay, so let's really break this feeling down, this high-resolution panic. What is the anatomy of feeling so completely and totally behind? It really starts with one very specific emotion. Yeah, it's not just disappointment or, a little embarrassment. It is a deep, cutting, intellectual shame. It's this gut feeling that you are failing your own potential, that your brilliant mind is being wasted, and that you and you alone are to blame for that huge gap between your vision and your reality. And that shame, it curdles pretty quickly into a deep-seated fear. The fear that you've already missed your window. You might tell yourself you're just a late bloomer, but there's that nagging voice in the back of your head asking, but what if you never bloom at all? It's the terror that you're fundamentally, hopelessly out of time. And what makes this feeling even worse is when you look around. You see the Dandelions, people who seem perfectly happy, totally content with their 240p lives. They aren't wrestling with this massive internal blueprint. But you're different. You're a Sentinel, and you're both blessed and burdened by an 8K vision that is just demanding to be built. So naturally, you start asking yourself these questions, right? The obvious self-critical ones. Am I just lazy? Am I just a world-class procrastinator? You think it's a character flaw. But I'm telling you, the truth is so much deeper than that. And it's not your fault. So let's shift gears and talk about the structural truth of what's really going on here. Because this isn't about a lack of discipline or willpower. This is actually a feature of your neurobiology. It's a direct result of how your amazing brain is wired. And there's actually a name for this whole phenomenon: temporal resolution mismatch. This is the absolute core of the issue. Your brain's incredible ability to simulate a detailed, high-fidelity future is so powerful that it literally paralyzes your ability to take simple actions in the messy, low-fidelity present. Now, biologically, this whole thing is driven by your brain's simulation engine, specifically the hippocampus and the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. These parts of your brain work together to create what scientists call perspections. These aren't just daydreams, they're incredibly vivid, 8K previews of the future. You don't just think about what's next, you truly experience it. And here's the real kicker. This is why it causes so much anxiety. Because your mental simulations are so realistic, your brain actually can't tell the difference between a potential failure in the future and an actual threat happening right now. The thought of not finishing your masterpiece, it triggers your amygdala, setting off the exact same fight or flight response as if a lion just walked into the room. This gap creates something we can call potential debt. You can almost think about your anxiety with this equation. When your future vision is 8K, but your present-day execution feels like a grainy, buffering 240p video, the anxiety it creates just feels infinite. The gap is just way too big to handle. You see, the crucial thing to understand is that this isn't a simple fear of dying or running out of time. No, it's a much deeper, more existential fear. It's the fear of leaving behind an unfinished blueprint. It's the absolute terror that your potential will go completely unrealized. Okay, so how in the world do we fix this? It's time to completely dismantle this myth of wasted time. We need to toss out all those unhelpful platitudes you've been told and install a brand new, much more functional operating system for your high-resolution mind. The very first step, the most crucial one, is making this mental shift right here. We're moving away from the old mandate, which treats your potential like this heavy, moral obligation you have to carry. The new mandate, it sees your potential as a metabolic resource, something you manage, you direct, and you spend wisely. You've been told life is short a million times, but that's a dandelion platitude, and it's designed to create a false sense of urgency. For you, the Sentinel, the mandate is different. Your new rule is this: resolution is iterative. You don't build a cathedral in an afternoon. You lay one brick perfectly. The resolution gets better with every single action. Now this is a total game changer. You have to understand that your 8K vision is a destination. It's a GPS coordinate that's guiding you. It is not the standard you are supposed to meet today. Demanding that your year 1 self performs like your year 10 vision, well, that's just a form of architectural sabotage. So what we're talking about here is a fundamental shift in your identity. You stop being the panicked procrastinator who's constantly asking, how much time do I have left? And you become the patient engineer. And your only question is, what is the single 1-bit action I need to take today to move just 1 pixel closer? Okay, theory is great, but how do we turn this new mindset into a practical, everyday system? How do we physically stop the panic and actually start building? The answer is the Sovereignty Protocol. Here are 4 simple, actionable rules. First, the simulation gate. You get 15 minutes a day to dream in 8K. Draw the map, then close the file. Any more is just metabolic waste. Second, the 1-bit victory. Identify the one critical thing for today. If you do it, the day is a win. This recalibrates your brain to actually value the present. Third, temporal anchoring. When that panic hits, name 3 real things you can see or touch right now. This pulls your brain out of the 8K future and grounds it. And finally, labeling the debt. And for that 4th step, labeling the debt, this is your new mantra. When you feel that panic rising, I want you to say this out loud. I am not behind. I am simply observing a resolution mismatch. My potential is a resource, not a deadline. That simple act puts you back in the role of the observer, back in control. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. You are not the panic. You are not the shame. You are the one who observes it. It's time to stop letting your high-resolution mind run the show. Take your power back. Be the observer. Architect your time. Your blueprint is waiting for you.